I resigned from my corporate job at Marriott, and I was like, okay, I'm going back to Mexico, my hometown. And I came here and I was taking a 6-month sabbatical because I've been working for so many years that I really wanted to take this time to connect with who I was and really define who I wanted to become. Right. And you can call it luck, you can call it destiny, you can call it whatever it is, but retreats started showing up on my doorstep.
Welcome to the Radiant Mom Rising, the podcast that's all about celebrating and empowering the incredible hardworking mothers out there. I'm your host, Mary Dibble. I'm on a mission to equip you with the tools, strategies, and inspiration you need to conquer the challenges of motherhood and life, all while embracing your radiant self. Join us each week for amazing guest interviews, relatable stories, and a whole lot of fun. We're here to create a vibrant, supportive community where we can be our authentic selves, where no one feels alone, and where we uplift and cheer each other on along this incredible journey of motherhood. So, fellow Radiant Moms, get ready to rise, shine, and conquer the world. Let's grow together, laugh together, and make every week a celebration of the powerful, radiant moms we are. This is Radiant Mom Rising, and you're part of a community where your brilliance shines through. Are you ready to rise with us? Let's get started. Thanks for tuning into the Radiant Mom Rising podcast. I want to share about my upcoming in-person networking event I will be hosting at Crafted in Morganton on April 25th at 5:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. For those of you who live in the Burke County area and are mom entrepreneurs looking to make some connections and possible opportunities for collaborations or just to gain some fresh insights, feedback, I want to invite you to come join me and other fellow moms for a glass of wine and some support. There are limited spaces, so click the link in the show notes to learn more and sign up today. Also, for you moms who are aspiring to become an entrepreneur or looking for some fresh perspectives, energy, and support, I'm going to be hosting a workshop on May 9th at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with a special guest to help you gain some clarity about your unique purpose and talk about some important aspects to think about when starting a business and growing it. It's going to be fun and some great value in this experience. So sign up for my free Entrepreneur Mastery Guide and get on our list so we can keep you updated. In today's episode, we delve into the captivating world of retreats with none other than Miss Leni Cavazos, the visionary founder of the Retreat Planner. Prepare to be inspired as we uncover the incredible story behind her journey from corporate burnout to empowered entrepreneurship. Our guest, Leni Cavazos, is a marketing and business strategist and founder of the Retreat Planner and host of How to Run Profitable Retreats. She helps spiritual entrepreneurs so that they can host profitable retreats from a place of purpose by teaching them a blend of business acumen and energetics. Get ready to explore the transformative power of retreat experiences, gain valuable insights on work-life performance, on work-life balance, and discover the keys to crafting a life filled with purpose and passion. Whether you're seeking guidance on creating your dream retreat or simply yearning for a dose of inspiration, you're in for a treat. So sit back, relax, and join us as we embark on this exhilarating adventure together. Let's dive in. I'm here today with Miss Leni. Thank you so much for joining me today. How are you doing?
I'm so good, and I'm so happy that we get to spend this time together.
I am too. We've had a great conversation already, and I'm just excited for the listeners to get to know you. So I'm going to let you take it away, introduce yourself, tell us a little bit about, your journey, what you've been through that's led you to be where you are today.
Oh, yes, of course. So basically, where I'm at today, I'm going to start the other way around, right? So I'm going to tell you where I'm at today. And then from there, I'm going to work backwards to it, right? So I'm so glad to get to know all of you, beautiful audience in this podcast, and to be spending some time to you and to share some amazing knowledge about retreats. So this is where I am today. I am the founder of the Retreat Planner, and this is a company where we teach people how to run profitable and heart-centered retreats. Why? Because the transformation inside of retreat is just absolutely stunning and amazing. And it's just so transformational. It's so deep. It's so powerful that I cannot rave about it. so less, right? Like I just can't stop. Like I'm so excited about retreats because that's actually how I changed my life through retreats, right? Like, yes, I had a corporate background. I'll tell you a little bit more about that in the past. Also how I managed to learn how to balance my work-life balance because it was kind of like intense. I used to be like a workaholic, but really there was a turning point for me where I just realized that I needed to have something more in my life, that just having an amazing job in Dubai and living in the Middle East and traveling the world and having amazing paychecks was not enough anymore. Right. And so I resigned from my corporate job at Marriott and I was like, okay, I'm going back to Mexico, my hometown. And I came here and I was taking a 6-month sabbatical because I've been working for so many years that I really wanted to take this time to connect with who I was and really define who I wanted to become. Right. And I was, you can call it luck, you can call it destiny, you can call it whatever it is, but retreats started showing up on my doorstep. And I went through like a very intense 6 months of going to retreats every weekend, sometimes longer. Yes. And as I went through them, I started shifting my life. Everything started to change. One of the retreats that really like stands up for me was a women's retreat where I got to really see myself for who I am and release so much shame about what it means to be a woman, like what it means to just be who you are and allow yourself to be in your feminine energy and just love it and embrace it, right? I was living in the Middle East in a Muslim country. You have to become very masculine to grow in your business, right? So that was like such a deep connection. And in 4 days, I like changed my life in a way that I cannot even tell you. Like I got to experience so many things that I've never seen as myself. Like I really didn't, I guess, identify with all the things that being a woman means, right? So it was so powerful. And then I went to retreat where I took a 50-hour yoga teacher training to learn how to place my hands because I realized that, I always went to yoga classes, but I never really knew how to place my hands. I'm like, let me just learn how to do that. So when I practice yoga, I do it properly, right? I didn't intend to become a yoga teacher. I just wanted to do it like have deeper understanding on the posture so I could actually do it properly. I went to voice activation retreats, right? Where I realized that I haven't sang in years because a boyfriend told me once I sang horrible. So I stopped, like not even the shower, right? And I opened up my voice and then I was like, oh my gosh, I can sing. Like I have a voice. And I actually have a beautiful voice that can change people's lives because they can really feel my essence through my voice, right? It was so powerful because I got to slash that belief system that I'm not supposed to sing because I sing horrible. I'm getting goosebumps as I tell this story. This is a story that this is not a story that I share very often for whatever reason, but I'm feeling compelled to share it today. And from there, and now I can feel the days that I'm not being very like, or the season that I'm not feeling super aligned with my purpose and my message and what I'm doing. I can't sing anymore. It feels like the voice breaks up. So I'm like, I can use my voice to measure how aligned I'm feeling with my message and what I'm doing today. And if something doesn't feel so great, then I am like, okay, let me take this back, right? Like in February, I opened up space for interviews for my podcast, How to Run Profitable Retreats, right? And people were like going like crazy to be a guest speaker. I just put one post and I got 116 bookings in my calendar for interviews. I did not know it was going to go this way. And I was taking 5 to 6 calls per day, 1-hour calls just to meet people before the podcast because I wanted to get to know them first and, for us to really to connect. And I nearly burned out. It was insane. I had to stop everything and postpone it because I was like, this is not the life that I want to create for myself, right? I remember I mentioned at the beginning that I'm a recovered workaholic. Yeah. Because I used to work like 13 hours a day, launching restaurant brands and like making it snow in Dubai and just like ABBA concerts and like nutcracker ballerinas, like dancing around resorts, just like through the Christmas season and just doing all these crazy things. But that also took so much of my energy. And I loved that for a while, right? But then I was like, no, this is not the life that I want to live, right? Let's go back to this. Like every time we have these shift points in life where we're like, this is not enough anymore. Like I want an upgrade, right? Like I want to 10x this. And that was one moment. So then I moved to the corporate office. It all like the moment I said, like, I'm good with this, like another opportunity, the doors opened up, right? And I was like, let me do this right. And I was lucky enough that my boss, she was a workaholic, but she didn't want her staff to be workaholics like her. So she was very adamant in how to do this. So I went and I trained in like how to work smarter, how to be effective in work, how to have crucial conversations. So you don't spend like 3 hours having like these gatherings with people, like trying to figure something out. They said like, let's do this in 20 minutes and hold space for each other, right? And really learning how to do this. And in my business now, I understand at the beginning, I was like, oh my gosh, I got to hustle. I got to work so many hours to have a successful business. And I was like, wrong. This is not the life that I want to live. Like if I wanted to be working this amount of hours, I would not have my own business. I would be working for someone else and just have a paycheck. If I'm creating the life of my dreams, this has to include the work hours that I work, right? And I know all of you in this audience are moms, and you understand the value of having limited hours in the day to work, to create your dream. And it's perfect because you get to do that, right? Like nowadays, I usually work 4 hours. I call them my butt hours, right? In the mornings, I sit down in my butt and I do my computer stuff. And I've had assistants and now I have another assistant. And, I'm like taking away the tasks that I don't no longer want to do because I'm clearing up space for more amazing things to happen and to come into the space to be able to have these podcast conversations, right? If I was behind my computer doing all the busy work, I wouldn't be able to do this. Exactly. But if I get this, right, I create the space, right? Like I remember my mom, I started going to paint art lessons, right? Like, and it was like art therapy kind of style. And it was like 2 hours per week, not that a lot. And I told my mom, maybe you should go. I think you would love it. She always kept saying, I want to paint again. And I don't have the time. I'm like, go and create the time. And then she went and she did. She created the time for her to have these 2 hours a week to go to art therapy. And then she was like, I want more. So she created 5 hours more out of the week to go to another class on abstract painting. Because you get to create the time for the things that you want to do.
And it like helps light you up the more you put yourself out there to do them, right? It inspires you to do that. And I love it. I love your story. I'll continue. Go ahead, continue.
Of course. Yeah. So anyway, if we go through and we start wrapping up kind of like my story a little bit in like the things that I think all of you can like really, really like grab onto. Number one, the last one, I think is the most important one. You get to create whatever you desire in your life because we are in this world to evolve, right? This is a creative energy. Like this is the world has this creative energy and it's calling us to do that, to really live our purpose, whatever that is. Like, I'm not here to tell you everyone is supposed to be an entrepreneur. I'm not, because you might not want to be an entrepreneur and that's perfectly fine. But you get to live the life of your dreams, however that looks like for you. Not looking at someone else's and being like, oh, that person is doing that. I wish I had that. It's about nurturing what you already have inside of you. Like I call it powered by experiences. Like power yourself through the experiences that you live. Stop living this victim life of like, oh, I have so many things. Take yourself and put yourself in the hero position. Like become the hero of your story. See all your experiences as this powerful space where you grew, you learned lessons, and that has made you who you are today. This strong woman who has kids, who makes it all happen, that still goes and finds time to have some self-pampering time, right? Like I don't know if that means going to manicure and pedicure once a month, or if that means a weekly massage, or if that means like 10 minutes of quiet inside of the closet because that's all you can get. That's fine. But you get to create and see how you have done so amazing in this lifetime already. And then from there, you get to see, where do I want to go? So we don't let the past stop us or the present dictate what's our future. We let our future dictate our present. Right? We're like, that's where I want to go. What would that person would do to get there, right? How can I make that happen? And usually that's by creating space, right? So we create space and we create these containers. And that's why I love retreats, because there are these containers for rapid transformation, right? So a great way for you to go and just reset your life is maybe to go into a retreat and say, hey, I'm going to go into a retreat because I need this. I try to reset and to just realize what I really want to change in my life, in my house. Doesn't work because there's kids screaming all the time. I don't know. My husband wants me to cook breakfast, lunch, and dinner, or, whatever. I have to do carpooling. So there is no time for me to really reset and like figure out what I want to do. Then take yourself on a retreat. And don't, like I'm even saying, don't ask even for permission. Just give yourself permission. However that retreat looks like. It can be a 1-day thing. It can be 3 days, 5 days, 7 days. And there's retreats specifically created for moms. Like I work with a lot of moms who want to create retreats for moms because they know how important it is to connect back to who you are. The reality is that when people become moms, and I am not a mom myself, so please, if I touch some topics here and, I not agree, that's okay. We don't have to think the same way. It's all about perspective at the end of the day. But I truly believe that when you change in a season of in your lives, and this is also becoming a mom is one of them, you lose your identity, right? Let's think about this, right? Like you're becoming you're a kid, right? And then, so you're the daughter, right? And then you become the wife, and then you become a mother. So it's very easy in those processes in life to lose your identity as yourself, as who you are as a woman, who you are as this beautiful, radiant soul that is perfect on its own, that is not the feeder, the server, the provider, right? For all these other people that they're relying on you, right? Like your parents rely on you for you to give them love. Your husband relies on you for you to be the nice housewife and loving person and, support him through whatever and And then your kids, well, this is even harder because your kids rely on you to survive. So it's even like, like the life is kind of preparing you to go through that process in a way. Like it takes you there. And because it happens this way, then it's so easy to disidentify with who you were as yourself, as an individual, right? So that's why retreats are so powerful as a business and for you to attend to. So you get to connect again with this inner radiance that's already there, but sometimes we just like say, oh, maybe later.
Yep. And it is so easy for us to do that too. Like we always think, oh, maybe someday, maybe one day. But one day doesn't exist, someday doesn't exist. And if you keep saying that maybe one day or someday, then there'll never be a day, that you'll actually do these things and make those steps and make the changes that will actually bring you exactly what you want, exactly what you desire. And I would love to know I know you went through a journey of doing a lot of retreats yourself. So at what point did you decide, I want to make this into a business where I help other people to do this? Like, where did that happen for you?
Oh, yeah, that's a very good part. It's a juicy part. Yes. Okay. I'm like, I love retreats so much. It's just like, for me, it's just like, oh, well, it was kind of like, in a way, it was a very natural stepping stone. So I've been planning events since I'm like 15 years old. So I've been doing events for very, very long. And then I was working in marketing and I was working in sales and I was working in PR. So I had like all the pieces for that. And actually what I did at the beginning, before I decided to really focus on retreats, I had an agency for spiritual entrepreneurs, right? So it was a consulting agency for everyone in spiritual entrepreneurs so they can learn that they deserve to charge money and to make money out of their business and help them with the like more of a technical piece on like setting up their businesses, right? So creating strategies and just things that I'm absolutely like, I'm very, very good at. So it was fun. I enjoyed it, but I felt that there was something more. Like I was like, I did it and I was like, okay, this is good. Like I feel good about it, but there was something I was like still not there, you know, like I was like, and then honestly, one day I was just sitting down. It was very, very simple. It's a very like basic thing. Huh? I was just sitting down and I just knew, it's retreats. That's where I have to focus my energy. Like I just knew that it was that was like the stepping stone. That was like the specificity that was missing inside of my business.
Attention, hardworking moms. Are you ready to kickstart your journey to a thriving online business? Introducing Learn and Earn Profits Online Max, a groundbreaking digital resale course that's revolutionizing success. Learn how to create your own funnel and sell this exact course, pocketing a whopping 100% of the profits. Yes, you heard that right, 100% yours. Lipo Max is an enhanced platform packed with incredible modules and valuable insights designed to elevate your online business game. Don't miss this chance to join a supportive community where hard work meets exceptional opportunities. Say goodbye to the hassle of creating courses from scratch. Lipo Max does the heavy lifting for you, empowering you to learn and earn in an environment tailored for your success. Act fast and secure your spot in this game-changing program and set yourself up for a prosperous life. Join the Lipo Max community today. Click on the link in the show notes to learn more or contact me today with any questions.
I still help actually like clients through their like business in consulting and just like on the other side, right? Like people who want to run online programs, who want to increase their prices for one-on-one coaching, abundance mindset, and all like different kind of like pieces. I still do it on this. It's not like I stopped doing it, but my main area of focus right now is in retreats because I feel that there is such a space for more retreats and for more people to change their lives through that way. I want to create an impact in the world in a way that retreats can only do, you know, because they're in person.
Yeah.
Yeah. In a place of so many digital offerings, we need the in-person experience again. And it's the perfect time to go back into it. And I want to help people like actually be profitable on them because they do take work, right? And I do teach systems on how you can, the first time it will take more work, but the next time it will be easier and easier and easier every single time because you will have your own blueprint, your personal blueprint that you can follow, right? I don't teach cookie cutter strategies. I don't. I guide you to figure out which one is yours and which one works based on your style, the things that you like to. So it nurtures your existence. It nurtures your personality. It's not just like, oh, go do funnels or go do this because this is what everyone else is doing. It's just like, in which point is your heart like expanding and feeling, oh my God, I want to do that. This is exactly where I want to go. That's where we want to focus our energy because then that helps us just grow so much faster. Yeah. So I just knew that retreats were a beautiful way to create more impact in the world. And I was like, I had two options, right? And I think we usually find ourselves in these crossroads. I was like, I can go ahead and just do retreats for like clients and just have a retreat business that is just like ongoing. And then I host the retreats. I bring facilitators, next. Or I can actually teach spiritual entrepreneurs how to do them for themselves. I was like, where is your impact? How do you want to impact the world? And for me, and it doesn't have to be like that for everyone, right? Like I said this at the beginning. But for me, I wanted to have this impact where it was a ripple effect, this kind of like domino effect, right? So like, I need to focus my energy more in actually teaching people how to do these retreats, how to do them profitable, how to have the operations and the logistics in order, how to do the marketing in a way that people keep coming back, and you don't have to you're going to have 50% repeat guests in your retreats. So then it's so much less work next time. And then how to build a community and how to keep growing and what lead generations do you want to use for this? And anyway, I can talk forever about this.
Right.
But I was just like, this is it. I was sitting down and I just knew. I've written about a book about how to run retreats few months earlier though. One day I was just very inspired and I sat down and for a week I wrote a book and I have a book about it. And then this is what really it's a book that is the initial phase of what my flagship program is, that is called Mastering the Art of Retreat Planning. And this is my main program that is really about mastering the art of retreat planning, right? It's very simple to understand. What do you do inside? You master the art of retreat planning. You launch retreats. You see how that works. And it just becomes amazing. It's beautiful communities. We're finishing one of the groups today. And I was in the morning, I was I'm very excited for them to graduate. But at the same time, I'm so sad that I don't get to spend time with them every week. I know. I'm
yeah.
But a new group is coming.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So you do this every month?
No, it's longer programs. So actually, Mastering the Art of Retreat Planning comes out now from the one in February is coming out. It's going to be twice per year. It's just because it used to be this is the last time I run it as a 3-month container with an option for a 6-month container. But starting 2024, it's only going to be a 6-month container. So we're going deeper. Yeah. Yeah. We're going deeper. We're having calls. We're growing together. We're launching retreats together. We're having a launch, a proper digital launch offer inside of the program. And you can launch a retreat or you can launch anything else, but we're going to have a proper launch within these 6 months. So it's really for us to go in depth into our guests and what we want to share and create a very sustainable business. So the one that is starting next week is still 3 months and there's still some space, but it's a very boutique approach. So it's I love it because we become a family, right? And everyone is sharing their stories. And it's just it's the same way that what happens in a retreat. I create the retreat energy of the container of a retreat inside of my programs, right? So you get to experience a retreat for 6 months.
Yeah, that's amazing. I love it. That's beautiful. I'm so excited for you. And I can't wait to keep following you and learn more, because that's something I would love to bring on the table eventually as well as retreats. Because I feel as moms who work so hard, we need that break. We need to get together and have that space for each other where we get to show up as where we are and help each other to, have some self-care, have some fun, not have the responsibilities, maybe dig in a little bit on, what our purpose is, help each other talk business. If we want to hey, I'm interested in doing this and that. Let me get some feedback. Let me, help share ideas and mostly just come together and just truly have that time for one another. And there is nothing like being in person. I mean, even these virtual meetings can be very powerful. I do love that for certain people who can't always make certain things, because obviously I know with me, I'm connected to people all over the country. So I know sometimes it's not easy, but there is something powerful about an in-person thing. And that is something I have a vision for as well. So I love knowing that there's women like you who really help people to actually make it happen, to actually understand the logistical side, but also get that help and support and empowerment on the best way to go about it, how to get things done, how to keep it going for yourself. So you have an incredible story, and I'm so excited for you and all that you do for women. It's just amazing. It's amazing. So,
thank you. Yeah. I tell people as a program is evolving, right? Because every time I bring new teachings and new learnings, so every time it's just so much more easier. I tell them this is kind of a mindset and business program where as a bonus, you learn how to host retreats.
Exactly. Yes, because that's what it's all about. It is our mindset. It's about how we choose to show up and what energy we bring to the table. And that's a huge part of it, no matter what venture you're trying to do. So that I love, like I said, that 6-month support's great, especially that you're going to do that. I wish you all the best with that. And I know it's going to grow and grow and grow. I'm excited to see how everything works out with that. And, we'll be sure to share some links. And do you have like an enrollment phase that you announce when people can enroll in that?
Yes, I have an enrollment phase, and I usually have like 5-day challenges they tend to be, free most of the times. Most of the time, it depends on the challenge.
Yeah.
But my abundance challenge is not free because you gotta pay to play, right? Because we're bringing a different energy inside of it, right? So it's not really for me about like making money. It's about actually giving people the chances to make the most money for themselves. But yeah, I usually like run 5-day challenges where people can come and meet me, learn about retreats already, learn about things that I can do. Usually people tell me like on the first session, they send me messages like, oh my gosh, I flashed all these limiting beliefs that I didn't even know I had about money. And I've been trying to figure it out and I couldn't. And now I did in one session. You know what I mean? Like it's just like super powerful. And then from there, people are invited to join into the program. And yeah, I do. Yeah, I announce like when is it happening. It's usually on my website and it's also on like Instagram and Facebook. So people can find out more and just see if it's the right fit. Right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's, like I said, so awesome. And tell us a little bit about like where people can find you.
Yeah, perfect. Yes. So it's very simple to find me. Everything in my channels is called The Retreat Planner. So if it's my website, it's theretreatplanner.com. If it's Facebook, it's The Retreat Planner. And if it's Instagram, it's a retreat planner. So very, very simple. Those are the main platforms I spend my time on to chat and connect. And you can also find me on Apple for my podcast, How to Run Profitable Retreats. That's also a great way where you can connect and you can like send me a message through there as well. So, if you leave a review, I can reach out. But yeah, my podcast, if you want to start binge watching on like retreats and how to run them profitable and just learn some like things about it and just start like getting yourself into the space and just like basically kind of like dipping your toes. That's an amazing space to be and to just like to really get a lot of like knowledge. I share tons of trainings there. I have guest speakers. Like we have like a podcast. It's about like how to use astrocartography to choose your next retreat location. We're having abundance mindset coaches coming, as successful retreat planners coming on the podcast. So many cool guest speakers are on the way to be like published and released, like how to choose photography, tons of like so much knowledge because I am an oversharer. So if you want to learn more about it and like see if this is something that feels like a little bit aligned with you, How to Run Profitable Retreats is the podcast to go to. Yeah.
This is amazing. And anyone listening, this is a great opportunity. If anyone's interested, of course, check her out, go learn from her, get connected with her. I so am excited to have met you and to be in the space with you today. It's been awesome. Is there any final thoughts that you have for moms out there? Just any advice from your experience in life so far and what you teach, a word of inspiration to bring.
Yes, I would say there's no better time than now to start creating the life of your dreams. Life is always going to happen. Things are always going to be in the way, right? So if you want to create your business, go do it. If you want to take you're dreaming of taking an afternoon off just to be with yourself, like go take it today. Like don't wait until tomorrow or until the time is right, because the right time is never coming. I'm sorry to say that to you. There's always going to be things happening. Like the only thing that is constant in life is change. So if there's something that you want to do for yourself, whatever that is, just go do it. If you want to go on a trip, go book it today. Go find the details, like figure it out and just say, I am doing this. And just make it happen. Because your life is going to change just from the moment you say yes.
I couldn't have said it better myself. That is so true. I mean, it really is the doors of opportunity, the way things just work out when you just make that choice to do for you is quite incredible. And it's understandable that there's times that things seem one way, seem impossible, seem hard, but sometimes you have to realize like just allowing yourself to believe that can hinder you from really receiving the true beauty and the blessings that are waiting for you to say yes and go after it anyways. Be like, you know what? I'm not going to let this almost reality of where I'm looking at now, what things look like, stop me, because I'm going to make things happen. And then the universe will show up and help you to make it happen. There's evidence of that. I'm all about us supporting one another on our journeys, as I always say in my shows, because it's so important. I'm just excited to see where life takes us all. I really am. So thank you again so much for being here with me today and being part of my show. I really appreciate you taking this time.
It's my pleasure. I'm so happy to be here.
Awesome.
Thank you for everyone listening to this. And I hope you got some nudges of inspiration.
Oh, absolutely. I'm sure they did. Please leave us a review. Let us know your thoughts. Comment if you have any questions. Ask, and we'll make sure to get you answered for sure. So thank you so much again for joining me, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.
Here are the key takeaways from today's episode. Retreats can be powerful tools for personal transformation and growth. Taking time to connect with oneself and define personal goals is essential for a fulfilling life. Recognizing the need for change and seeking experiences outside one's comfort zone can lead to profound shifts. Balancing work and personal life are crucial for overall well-being and success. Embracing one's identity and nurturing oneself is key, especially in roles like motherhood, where identity can be lost. Retreats offer opportunities to reset and discover one's true desires away from daily responsibilities. Creating space for self-care and pursuing passions is essential for personal fulfillment. Having a mindset of abundance and taking action towards one's goals also will lead you to success. Retreats can be both a personal and a business endeavor, offering opportunities for growth and impact. It's important to seize opportunities and take action towards creating the life you desire. Waiting for the right time may never come. It's essential to take action now so you can manifest your dreams. Be sure to check out Leni's podcast, How to Run Profitable Retreats, and also share this episode with anyone you feel would benefit from listening. I can't thank you all enough for tuning in with me each week. Please be sure to leave me a review or a 5-star rating on Spotify. Your feedback and support is much appreciated. Let us radiant moms continue to rise and live life to the fullest. Until next time, much love.